Okay, the coordinates of three vertices of a parallelogram are 5 minus 2, minus 3 minus 2, and minus 2 minus 6. You might notice here that the fact they've mentioned three vertices, three corner points. Of course, parallelogram is a four-sided shape, so it should have four vertices. But that will come into the question here in part A, yeah? Because it says here, find the coordinates of the fourth vertex of the parallelogram, the fourth point. In order to do that, what you need to do is to plot these points to start with and start to create the actual shape, right, with a ruler. So 5 minus 2 is the first point. Okay, so remember the first value of the coordinate tells you how many you go across. So we're going to go across 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then down 2. 1, 2. So we end up here. So it doesn't matter that there's no values on the axes. Okay, you just count the squares. So across 5, down 2. So that one's done. Next one then, minus 3, minus 2. So minus 3 tells us we've got to go back 3, 1, 2, 3, and then down 2, 1, 2. So we end up here. Okay, so that's the second point. The third point then, minus 2, minus 6. Okay, so we're going to go back 2, 1, 2, and then down 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We end up here. Okay, so what I could do then is join these points together. All right. Okay, it's useful to do that. And then we can kind of determine then what the final point will be. So it says find the coordinates then of the fourth vertex of the parallelogram. Because it's a parallelogram, opposite sides are parallel. So our side here, okay, needs to have the same slope as this, okay, needs to have the same gradient. If you think about it, right, to get from here to here, from that point to that point, you have to go down 4 across 1, don't you? If you think about it, down 4 across 1. Well, we'll do the same here. We'll go down 4, okay, across 1. So we end up here, okay, at that point there. So you see then you have a line, okay, which is perfectly parallel with that line there. Okay, it's going in the same direction. And we can join this up then to complete our parallelogram, all right? Now, they want the coordinates of this fourth vertex, so we want this coordinate here. So to get to that point there, of course, you've got to count across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we're going across 6, and so we're going to write 6 there, and then we're going down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So going down 6, so it'll be minus 6 there in the vertical direction. Part B then says find the coordinates of the midpoint of the diagonal of your parallelogram. Now draw it, okay, draw in the midpoint. So what we'll do is we'll join up the diagonals, okay, join up the diagonals, and we get the midpoint, which is there, okay, with the diagonals joined. So the midpoint there, if you think about it, that's like halfway between the squares, isn't it? So we're actually going to go across 1.5, okay, so you can write 1.5, okay, or you can write 1.5 if you want, it's your choice. Across 1.5, and then down 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so negative 4 then in the vertical direction.